Hello there, and welcome to the I Never Knew podcast, also known as Inc. This show dives into the life experiences of people who have been through it all and have come through the other side stronger, better, and triumphant. Each story is raw, authentic, and, at times, heartbreaking. One thing joins it all together: the fact that the stories can help the listener learn and grow. Hosted by life coach Maureen, she sits down each episode with a new guest who will empower the listener to set out on their self-discovery journey and start to heal. Now you'll be joined by Maureen and her special guest. Please enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of I Never Knew, But My Dog Did, a podcast. I am Maureen Scanlon, author, speaker, podcast host, relationship expert, life coach. So happy everyone is here and tuning in. Thank you for all of our new subscribers. Thank you for all of the 5-star reviews. We are growing and changing the world with this platform, and this is what it's all about, being here in this life. So without further ado, I have a fabulous guest today, and I just feel like he's like my little brother. I feel like we've connected. He is an author, and he is the founder of Lifecoach Code and the creator of the Code Method. He is from Poland and so generously got on today with me I know there was a big time difference. And he does marketing, life coaching, public speaking, and he has an online platform called Lifecoach Code, which everyone, I would love for you all to go join and see what he's all about. And we had the pleasure, he has published a few of my articles, which I'm so honored. And we did a global summit together, and he's always offering me opportunities and always keeping me in mind. And I'm so grateful for him. So I'm going to completely mess up his name, but I'm going to try it. Dejan Davcevski. Did I murder it?
You were close. You were close. But I'm used to it. I'm used to it because Jay, in where I'm from, I'm actually from Macedonia originally, but I'm stationed in Poland and my business is based in Poland. So where I'm coming from, the letter J, it's pronounced Y. And my name is Dejan. But people everywhere, even in Poland here, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, everywhere, they call me Dejan. So you were closer because you were Dejan.
But I'm sure the last name I completely messed up. Davcevski, right?
Yeah, that's actually better. Davcevski. So you're close.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
It's the small wins. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Exactly.
So,
it's a win for me.
I love it. I just adore you. I feel like every time we're together, there's just such a great connection with you, and we're doing the same things in this life, and we have similar purposes, is to really help people live their best lives. And so as we start off every podcast, it's I Never Knew, and everyone has a story. And I started the podcast because your story can help someone else. There's someone listening that's like, hey, I need Dejan's story. And so tell us, where was your lowest point? I call it your knee moment, when it like life brought you to your knees.
Well, as we all know, life has many moments like this. Many knee moments where it brought you down to your knees and actually tests your limits about whether or not you're going to become better or bitter from what's happening. And one of those lowest moments in my life was actually when I was pretty young. When I was 7 years old, my mom died. And for a child, that's really, it's a shock, because first of all, on one side, you don't really grasp what's happening because the other family members are trying to protect you from what's happening. They're pretending that everything is all right, that it's just not a big deal. But from another side, you're losing the most important woman in your life at a pretty young age, when you are not equipped with the tools to process that the right way, in the healthy way. So as I was going through my childhood years, I was really taught, like, from my family to not look at this as a big deal. Like, this is life, people die, and because they love me and they try to protect me. But as we are all humans, and the connection between a mother and a child is a strong one, strongest one, I started feeling these anger issues while I was in elementary school and high school, first years of high school. And I was so angry, like an angry child. It wasn't me. I was a loving child, and suddenly I became an angry child. And I started using alcohol like all children do, all high school children. And I was with, like, my friends. But all of a sudden, when I would get drunk, I started being so aggressive. It was like I was becoming a monster. And one time it exploded. It was like I was almost suicidal. And the next day, I remember I just sat with myself and I just clearly said, this is clearly not all right. Like, you are doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, because at that time I didn't know why I had these emotions. And I said, just let's focus on having some healthy habits and excluding the alcohol. So I did that. I started probably one of the best things I can ever start in my life. It helped me tremendously. Running. I started running every day. And with every run, it was like I was exorcising these demons out of me. After every run, I felt like a baby. I felt chill, relaxed, all that, like, cute kind little kid that I was coming back to this guy. But I realized that it was not the long-term solution. Like, you run, you exercise this, but then it comes back. So it's clearly something deeper. And with time, I was studying marketing, and then I joined school for creating websites and creating blogs. And I created Lifecoach Code. It was first nutritional blog, and it speak about running a lot there. And it was a personal blog. That's how it started. So through Lifecoach Code, I met few people that were actually pretty famous life coaches and pretty serious life coaches. And one day I decided to take one of their programs. It was called 12 Transformation Mastery Academy. So it's 12 months. Each month is dedicated to one aspect of you. 1 month can be emotions, another month can be mindset, third month spirituality, all these things. It's 12-month long process. It's really hard work. Each month you have challenges you need to do, self-work, different meditations. And the first month, it's hit me like a train, everything. Because in the first month, we were talking about trauma. And in the first month, we had this meditation called the death meditation, where we usually go and imagine our own death. And as we were doing this, I realized that all of these emotions that I was feeling, all of this anger, all of it came from this trauma I had from losing my mom and not actually going through this emotion of losing your mom, processing it. I was just like putting it aside, and it was like a notification always on. The thing with emotions is that you cannot just neglect. Sooner or later, they will come back in one way, shape, or form, and they will manifest in some way. It will be an anger, anxiety, panic attack. The emotion will try to do everything it can to grab your attention. But if you keep neglecting it, it can even become a sickness, and it just wants you to process it, to see it, process it, and release it. That's the purpose of each emotion. And with this academy, Transformation Mastery Academy, I realized this. I dived deep into trauma. I did this death meditation. We released so many emotions. And after this, I felt like a new person. Like, I didn't need this constant exorcism, as we can say, because it looked like the demons went forever, like the things that were boiling this up. So from seeing how fast something can change you just by working on your emotions and really diving deep, I decided to focus all my time and energy to either find people who are professionals in this and bring these people to my public, to my traffic and fans, so they can get the help from them, or just find more information and bring this closer to my readers. So that's how it all started. And right now, Lifecoach Code is mainly one of the top life coaching platforms on the planet. It's in the 0.01% of based on Alexa in the whole websites. So that's a pretty big win for us. And also we always try to find the cutting edge advancements in this type of in this topic, in this domain, like the best tools, the best methods, the best techniques that are also based on research, but also based on experience. And we also try and test, as I said, on ourselves and see what's best. And the whole point is to bring the whole 4 fundamental pillars: the spirit, the mind, the body, and the heart, to have information and to have people that are focused on helping each of these parts. Because whatever problem you have in your life, it's connected to one of these 4 pillars, no matter what it is. If you're obese or unfit, it's your physical part. If you are lacking purpose or motivation, inspiration, it's your spiritual part. If you're lost, you don't know what to do in life, you're always late, you're disorganized, it's your mental part. If you're bursting out, it's your emotional part. It's like all of these things are interconnected and they need to be balanced. So that's why we try to make on our website, on our platform, to bring these pillars to all of us and to make them in a balanced way.
Yes, I love all of that, and I love Lifecoach Code, and I love that you do the 4 pillars, because what's really cool, listeners, is he grabs experts from every area, and it's really neat. He'll do expert platforms, or discussions, or just even articles, short little articles. And I know when I had my articles on there, even just like looking at the other experts, I'm like, oh, that's a really great idea. Oh, I really like that. We grow from each other, and I think that's amazing. Let's go back to what you said, and I think you're absolutely right. When you started running, and I tell everyone it has to come out mentally or physically. And when I coach my clients, I always say, if you're feeling really out of sorts and you're feeling, either angry or sad or something has to come out. You need an outlet, and the balance is physical and mental. And so that's suppression. I always say suppression equals depression, because it'll stay there. It's either going to come out in a physical ailment, or it's going to stay in that subconscious, and it's going to work its way into your mental. It's going to work into your lifestyle, your relationships, addictions, obesity, all of those things, because it's trying. Your body wants to heal itself. Your mind, your body want to be, healthy together, all obviously, and they want to be in sync with each other. But when you have something that's out of sync, it means, and it's a great way to look at things, it means there's something inside that's unhealed, and I need to recognize, where is this unhealing? And like you said, sometimes it's old stuff that's in there, this trauma that has just planted itself, and it's been growing and growing, and you don't even know it. So the meditations work. I think life coaching is amazing, because you said it best. It's a sandwich of expertise and experience. And I think life coaching is the cream in the Oreo. And I think, no disrespect to traditional therapy and counseling, but I have found life coaching in my idea and with my clients is it's a little bit more, it's more personal, and we get to do things outside of the box. What do you think of that?
Exactly, I completely agree. It's one step or 2 steps ahead of traditional therapy, because traditional therapy is constrained by the rules, by the ethics, by all this. It needs to first ask permission from the ethics committee to create a different type of method, and then this method should be first tested, and then when it's tested, it needs to be tested many times, so it's proven by peer review. And until this is done, your thing can actually save lives, what you've invented, your method. But because we're trying to create this completely safe bubble around all of us that's generalized and applies to everyone, we are inventing just more problems than we need to. And we are trying to just create this perfect system that will not damage anyone by just a tiny little bit. And I'm completely okay with that. But life coaching's advantage is that it's personal, as you said, and it works because if it worked for me, I'm going to try to you. And if it doesn't work, at least it's not going to damage you, right? At
Yeah.
least it's going to show you some resources that you can either ignore or use. But if it heals you, it will really heal you. Because for the things that we are doing, research and science is far away from this. So much far away, maybe intentionally, maybe not. That's a completely different topic. But it's really long way from this, and life coaching bypasses all of this for now. I don't know what the future will hold. Maybe there will be regulations, but for now life coaching just has this extra advantage, extra few steps to really work as, for example, I'm your friend and I want to help you, and I have this method I want to share with you, and you can accept it or not. It's just us talking. And the purpose of life coaching actually is, it's not to imply anything on you. It's just to ask you questions, and through asking you questions for you to come to the answer, right, in your own way. It's just asking the right questions. Plus, if I have a method and if I have some skill, I can use it to help you further. But through asking you questions, you will help yourself mainly, because all the answers are in us. Just we need some excuse, other person asking us, to bring that up and answer.
Yeah, someone that doesn't know us, that's not a friend or a
Yeah.
family member that has, they think that because they have such an emotional attachment to us, they can't really give us this constructive help because they're too involved emotionally with us. And I'm going to make you bite your tongue on maybe later regulating life coaching. We're not going to let that happen. We'll be
Yes.
picketing. I'll be picketing wherever we are. That's the beauty of it, is there is no regulation. And I'm going to say this: when you buy something on Amazon, you go and you look for the reviews, right? Because you want to see
Exactly.
if that product worked, and what do other people think about it. That's how I feel like it is with life coaching. You've got an expert who not only has done the work to get certification. We have to stay in the realm of, we need to know what to ask. We've got psychology backgrounds, but the experience part of it is like the reviews. It's like, this worked for me, this didn't work for me. And I feel that that's the difference between the traditional therapy and the life coaching, is I'm allowed to mention what worked and what didn't work. In therapy and counseling, they're not allowed to bring in any personal experience. And so
Yes.
that's what I think the beauty is, because ultimately where we are in the world today is connection. And if people can connect, like with the podcast and the life coaching, to say, this worked for someone, and now I can have hope, and now I can try that too. And if it doesn't work, then we have the freedom to say, well, let's try something else. I always tell my clients, nothing I ever suggest or that you do is in stone. They'll say, oh, I'm not really great at meditation. I'm like, great. I'm not great at meditation either. I like to listen to music in the hot tub. So that's the fun, I think, is the flow of life coaching.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what do you do for other life coaches? How do you bring the life coaches together? How do you help with the marketing? Because the marketing is my challenge.
Exactly. So first, what we do, we look for life coaches around the world, people who we find that have some unique message they need to share with the world. And we find these people and we ask them to be interviewed. When they're interviewed, they're published on our website, as you were, and you are indefinitely in our database. So when people go to our website and they go to find life coach, they can find you and they can read your backstory. Each of the backstories of the life coaches are created in a form like they are superheroes. So we start with their origin, like how they became a life coach, who they are today. Then we go to their coaching, how they're coaching, why their coaching is unique, how they innovate with their coaching. And at the end, we leave with their impact, what they want to leave to the world, how they want to impact the world. So in each of these three segments, we are bringing their story to the front lines so people can see it. And our mission is to bring life coaches, but not just bring them like an information, but bring them like a human being. So people, when they read this story, they can connect with them, because the biggest part of life coaching is connection. So when your clients have connection with you, it can be much easier to work with them. So when they read your story and they see your troubles, your obstacles, how you overcome them, and how you help and how you can help them, then it's much easier for them to come and get on your discovery call and see if you're a great fit to work together. That's the base part. After this, we have different programs of marketing. So we approach coaches who we see that are great at content creation, who want to create content. We allow them to be authors on our website. And being an author allows you to publish indefinite, unlimited amount of articles per month. So when you publish an article, this is your opportunity to market yourself, your products, your services, your social media into the article. And at the end, in the beginning, in the middle, you can put links that help our readers and the readers that will read your article find you directly and contact you. Each article is another asset you have on our platform that stays indefinitely. And each article you can update whenever you want, whenever you write to us and say, just add this here. After this, we approach also coaches that we believe are have message to share as a podcast in this way. So we do podcasts with them. We also create marketing assets in form of ebooks. For example, we take all of their content, we put it in a beautiful designed ebook so they can use it for free, or they can charge for people to buy it. But we advise them to use it for free as a form of typewire, we call it, so they can put it on their website and say, download this book for free to get their emails, to get the visitors' emails. And once they get the email, it's much easier to contact the person, and it's much easier to promote other services, discount bonuses, etc. The third part of our marketing is the social media. We collaborate with a lot of big pages on social media, and depending on the article type, we find the right page to share this article with. And because there are pages with 300,000, 500,000, 1 million followers on Facebook, all of these people can see this article, and these coaches get all of this recognition. That's just the marketing aspect. The SEO aspect is another part. The SEO aspect is once you publish on our website, because our website is greatly honored by Google, we can say. It has great authority. Each link by us brings you SEO juice. So Google sees that we link to you, and Google says, so Lifecoach Code votes for them, votes for their website. It means that they are also good. So it brings you upper in the search results. So when people search for your name, you and your website will be on the top searches. The more you do this with other high authority websites, the greater SEO you have. That's the game of SEO. So we just allow this beautiful kickstart that we ourselves wanted to have when we were beginning, for other coaches to just create their online presence in a light speed way.
I love that. And I shamefully say I've been slacking a little bit on mine, and I need to, in the new year, I'm going to get back to doing my articles. It's hard because I've been focusing on speaking. And so sometimes there's like a lot of areas, whether it's, writing your books as an author, and then there's life coaching, and then there's speaking, and then there's writing articles and doing appearances. So it gets a lot. So
exactly. That's what we are saying. That's our mission actually, because life coaching nowadays is like you have 20 jobs. Like you need to write, you need to edit, you need to publish on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, create reels, create videos, podcasts, write your book, and then do the networking, do the coaching. Like it's 20 jobs. You don't have enough hours in your day to do all of that.
Right. So and then start a podcast on top of that. I mean,
exactly. Start a podcast,
exhausting.
videos,
right?
And just learn more what's changing. And the internet is changing every week. New platform comes, so maybe you try this, maybe you try this. Now it's podcast is good to do. Then it's videos good to do, and you are just lost. So we just try to coach coaches in a way, what they should do, what they should not do, what they should focus on, and help them by them just typing their content and leaving to us to edit, publish, do the marketing, do the promotion and everything else. So taking their work out of them so they
Oh,
can just focus on the coaching and what's really important, what they really love to do.
I can vouch for that, listeners, because I did it. And it is so nice. You just write an article and you send it over and they make it into this pretty little article and they edit it and it's just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it is. It's 20 different jobs that, because you want that message out there and you want every way possible to get it out there. And I can say that you guys are really affordable. What you've done has been really affordable as far as marketing goes, because you can be nickeled and dimed to death with marketing. And that has been my discovery, where it's like, oh my gosh, $300 here or $500 here, even $5,000 here. And I have found the best thing, and I always say I need to coach myself sometimes, is I have to pull back and say, okay, we're going to just follow this right now. So I'm doing my speaking, I'm doing a sizzle reel, and then I'm like, okay, let's go back to articles, let's go back to media. So it's a lot. And I'm writing book number 3. So speaking of books, my friend, tell us about your books that you've written.
Oh, definitely. First book that I've written, it was my passion project. All of them are passion projects, but first book was called How to Become a Superhuman. And it's basically telling you how to optimize all of your 4 fundamental pillars, the spirit, the mind, the body, and the heart. So how to dive into them, unleash their superpower, because each of them has a superpower, and how to use it. That was my first book. But the book that I'm right now invested in and editing and just being in the publishing process, and thank you so much for showing me like this, all of these companies, how I can do this. Like, that's an immense type of help. And my book right now focuses on the 12 villains that we all encounter when we start playing the greater game. That's the name of the book, How to Play the Greater Game of Life. Now, in short, what's the greater game? Basically, we were born into this world playing the greater game. You were born and you just did what you loved to do when you were a child. But then you adopted this system that we have created, this matrix. And in this matrix, you are forced to play this smaller game that's not aligned with your soul, with your real purpose, and it's just draining you. The point of playing a greater game is to realign with your soul, with your real mission, why you're here, and actually start playing the game you came here to play. It's like going to the arcade and you just love to play in this game, but you got distracted and started playing other games that are boring and not really playing the game you came here to play in the arcade. So we're trying to bring you to the game you really love to play and allow you to play. Because when you play this game, when you're on your purpose, when you're following your own soul's mission, this is extra energy you get from your soul. You're not, the work you do is not actually tiring you, it's giving you more energy. If you love editing videos and you start editing a video, you can edit for 3 days, you will not feel tired. You can forget to eat even. But if you do some accounting and numbers or programming, if it's not your thing, then 1 hour and you're tired, you feel sleepy, you cannot do it, you cannot concentrate, because it's not aligned with who you were meant to be, who you are, who you need to be, and what purpose you need to follow. So the thing is, when you start playing this game, we show you in the book, and also we have videos on YouTube on how you can find this purpose, life purpose of yours. When you start playing this game, it's not really that easy, because you've been playing the smaller game for many, many years, and you are programmed right now to play. So there will be 12 villains that will try to pull you back. And in this book, I'm showing you each of the villains and how to conquer it. And I'm intentionally saying conquer it, not defeat it, because when you defeat something, that thing is gone. But when you conquer it, you are its master, and now it serves you. So these 12 villains are not actually villains. They are hijacked by something else, by the real by the real enemy of humanity, we are calling it, and it's in all of us. And this enemy of humanity, you will discover, I don't want to make spoilers right now, but you will discover what it is in the book. It's hijacking all of these 12 segments, let's say, aspects, and making them villains. And we are showing you how to conquer them and make them to be on your side again. So you can defeat this and finally change the channel and play the game you came here to play.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I got a little sneak preview of it. Thank you. And we had a talk a few months ago about publishing and self-publishing and mixed publishing and all that. So I'm so thrilled that you're getting published. I love my publisher, Outskirts Press, and I will publish again with them for book number 3. They make it very seamless. So if there's any authors out there looking to publish, Outskirts Press makes it very easy for you. You just pay a package price and you get all of it done for you. That's just me. I like things simplified. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I just don't want to deal, like you said, we've got 20 other things going on. I don't have time for covers and editing. You know, I'm like, here's the manuscript, do your thing. And they do just a wonderful job. And they ask you all along the way, is this good? Are you okay with this? Do you like this edit? You can change, you can add. So congratulations. When does it come out? Do you know?
Thank you so much. It's still in the editing process because it's a pretty big book. It got 600 pages. It got 700, but we are trying to minimize it. And thinking right now, should we make it in 3 parts or should we make it a whole? Because the book is written as a whole, and each part is connecting with the other parts, and it's like a manual that you will need to read the first part, second part, third part, maybe second then third, second then first. So it should be together. I don't want people to just buy one part because it will not really its power works only when it's together. So that's why we try to bring it together, because
it's pieces of a puzzle. You can't you need all the pieces. And if they're 12 villains, I mean, what are you going to do? Be like, well, continue the other 4 in the next one and then continue, you know, but
well, the second part is all about the villains. The first part is all about how you can wake up and find your purpose and realign. Second part is all about the villains. And the third part is, we call it the 16 keys of love. So how to actually, let's say, armor yourself while you are playing this game to make this whole process easier for you. So we are sharing mindsets. We are sharing, I'm sharing, actually, I'm writing. I'm used to say we for Lifecoach Code. I'm sharing mindsets, techniques, certain individuals you can follow online that, and can really awaken you and bring you information that you need. Because I believe there are certain individuals that are vibrating on a much higher level that are sharing this type of information. So if you surround yourself with these individuals from any kind of topic, it can be from finance to philosophy to spirituality, any kind of topic. If you surround yourself with this type of people, we believe they're vibrating on a much higher level. Your consciousness expands and you actually start vibrating higher because the information they share is so profound. As an example, like one of the big things that I discovered is that you can either live your life as if things are happening to you or things are happening for you, right?
Yeah.
And at any moment, like whatever is happening in your day, you can remind yourself, like, this is happening to me, or I'm happening to this thing, or this is happening for me. You can choose from these 3 levels. If it's happening to you, you're a victim. You cannot do anything. If you are happening to it, then you can proactively find something to help you have a benefit from it. But if this thing is happening for you, then you are just relaxing and you're subconsciously using this thing to bring you forward effortlessly. So these are these 3 levels, 3 mindsets that you can learn. It's one of the things you can equip yourself with to play the game. And there are others. I will not have time to share all of them here, but they're in the book.
No, I absolutely love that. And it's so contrary to what our human brain says, but really the more at ease we are and the better we feel about something, the more aligned we are with it and the more chance we have of accomplishing it. And my philosophy obviously is always, when you're faced with a challenge, just say, what is this teaching me? What am I going to gain from this? What knowledge am I going to gain? And never strive to be the smartest person in the room. I never want to be the smartest person in the room ever. And you say those higher level, higher vibration people, you want to be around people that challenge you, that help you grow, that teach you stuff, but you have to be open-minded enough to say,
Exactly.
I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Otherwise, you think you're the smartest in the room and you can't grow because you don't give yourself an opportunity to learn every day.
Exactly. And today, especially, I believe because of all the social media, your content is curated by algorithms. So you need to consciously change these algorithms to show you better information, because otherwise you're in a downward spiral. You're showing nonsense, mindlessness just to pass your time. And it keeps you in this apathetic, mindless state where you don't feel motivated enough to do anything. But if you surround yourself with high vibration individuals, they share information that can actually push you to do things that you can use actually social media for your benefit. So it's just about how you curate the content that you are getting, because we tried this. It's not possible. You cannot escape social media. It will find you one way or another. You can be the monk if you want, but suddenly in the cave there will come some other monk and he will say, oh, did you see this? And the content will find you. So it's better
Even the
use
monks, huh?
exactly, like there are monks doing selfies. So they also have Instagram. And
Small side note, I saw a monk in Walmart yesterday. It was interesting. I was with my grandson and I said, he goes, was that a monk? I go, yeah, it was a Walmart monk. It was just, so when you say
the
monk,
Walmart monk.
I love when you say about the algorithm. Have you ever, now TikTok has kind of been recently my entertainment, just out of sort of a time filler thing that I love dogs, so my whole feed is dog, 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 dog. But you ever notice if you click on a video and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't, that's not something I'm interested in, then you start getting more of that.
Yeah.
I'm so disheartened because I want just dogs and animals and kids and funny stuff. And I didn't click on it, but it came across my feed or something. I might have clicked on it. And it's about ex-President Trump.
Mhm.
And now I'm getting these Trump things and I'm like, and don't come for me, guys. I know, we all have our own political views, but I have my feeling about that person, as far as an empath goes. But I'm so mad because now my feed has that. So you're right. The algorithm, it'll suck you down. You've got to be really careful to be aware, right? To filter and
Yeah.
sort through that.
Filter, sort through, you have unfollow button, you have mute button, you have all of these buttons that are hidden, but they're actually giving these opportunities and tools to you to use, but nobody uses them because they're just making it so simple to use, like just scroll and consume. You have these tools, you can curate your content, you can make social media work for you, you can make it actually help you grow. But you need to be doing this consciously, because otherwise they're playing on so many psychological factors to lure you in, and you cannot fight them if you're not proactively, consciously just doing this, let's call it social media hygiene. Like every week, just see what's good, what's bad, unfollow, do all of these things.
Social media hygiene. Oh, you need to copyright that right there because I love that. All right. So as we close up our podcast, there's two things that I ask. One is the serious, and then one is fun. What would you say to your younger self in one sentence, under 10 words, that because of what you know now, you didn't know then, especially, your 7-year-old little boy self who lost his mom?
I would probably say follow your heart, like literally listen to your heart, not just emotions, like process your emotions, but at the end of the day, your mind is there to tell you the how-tos, the strategies, the smartest way to get somewhere, but your heart is there to tell you where you should go. So ask your heart where, and then ask your mind how.
I love it. Oh, I love that. I love that. Follow your heart. Okay. That's so simple, so perfect, because I don't think we do. I think we're so engulfed in our brains and we think our brains know
Right?
everything.
Yeah.
And that's just our logisticals. That's just our logic speaking half the time. And we're not feeling our way through life. We're just thinking our way through life. So perfect.
Yep.
So my fun thing that I do on my podcast, I end it with, this is my new segment I've been doing for a few weeks. It's called Take My Money. I want to know, what is something weird you've seen for sale? What is something you've bought for sale? Or what is something that you purchase often that most people probably don't? So anything like that. And I'll give you an example. On Amazon today, was it Amazon or Facebook? I saw a pair of socks, and in the heel it's a pregnant woman, and so think of her backwards on the sock, and the heel was her little belly. And I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And I've seen socks with little chicken legs, and when you wear them, that you look like you have little chicken legs. So that's my take your money, my example for today. What have you got?
Personally, for me, I don't know, I'm not much of a shopper online, but my girlfriend recently bought these two costumes, like unique, not unique, how they're called, the Santa things that are riding the
Reindeer?
Santa reindeers, two reindeer costumes. They're so cozy to wear. Like you can wear them winter and you're just sitting there with a reindeer costume. It's all from the bottom to up. I will never even think of buying that, but she bought it and I tried it, and now it's my favorite thing to wear. So
You guys really should listen to your gals, because it's the things you think you're not going to like that, we know what you
exactly.
like sometimes better than what you know you like. So is it like pajamas? Is it like a sweatshirt or a robe, or what does it look like?
It's a costume. You wear it from the bottom and you zip it here to the up, and then you have a
Oh,
yeah.
it's like pajama onesies, like the footy
That
pajamas.
pajama, exactly, like one part pajama that you just
Oh,
dress and zip and
I'm loving that. I could just see the two of you like chilling on the couch, two reindeers watching TV and eating carrots. No, popcorn.
exactly. pretty
Oh,
pretty weird image, but it's so cozy.
you know what though? That sounds fun and it sounds like a joyful time. So I'm giving your girl big kudos. Well, thank you, Dejan.
I'll
It's
tell her.
always a pleasure to have these conversations with you. Like I said, I just feel like you're my little brother. I do. I just adore you. And
Oh,
I love what you're
thank you. That's
doing
so
in
sweet.
the world. And the collaborations that we get to do together are such a privilege to me. And I have so much gratitude. So have
Thank you
a
so much.
fabulous holiday. Do you celebrate the holidays in your traditions? Do you do Christmas? Do you do different stuff?
Yes, basically because I'm in Poland, I think we will be going in Macedonia for the holidays, but in Macedonia we celebrate after New Year at the 6th of January. We celebrate 7th of January.
Wow.
But we also celebrate like 24th, 25th, so it's like I have two Christmases. So I celebrate two times, Christmas, New Year, then Christmas again. So it means a lot of food for me, and I should work out a little more than I do right now to just keep in touch.
I'm in. Two holidays with food. I'm in. Sign me up. Well, thank you, my dear listeners. Where tell the listeners, sorry, where they can find you and where they can find Lifecoach Code to go check out all of the articles and things that you're doing.
Yeah, so it's simple, lifecoachcode.com. That's where you can go and find Lifecoach Code. There you will find all our information, resources, and all of the coaches we collaborated with, including you, Maureen. And if some of your listeners are coaches and they want to be published on Lifecoach Code. They want their interview to be published there, and for our readers to discover their backstory and their life, then they can contact me directly on my email, davcevskid@gmail.com. And they can also contact me on my website's email, lifecoachcode@gmail.com. In both of these emails, I respond, so they can just write me there and I will respond. Or they can just connect with me on LinkedIn, just like we connected. And on LinkedIn, it's much easier because there we do most of our outreach. So we can just go from there. If they want to be published, they can contact me either on email, so either on LinkedIn. It's fine either way.
Perfect.
And once again, I want to just say how much thankful I am to you. Like always talking to you, you say I'm like your real little brother, but you're like my, I don't know, my guide, like a personal wise guide that I'm always listening for all of these things, like publishing, editing, all of these things, how to find with the book. And you really helped me with this. Also, when we speak, I always feel this connection, like you said, and it's always flowing. It's always easy, and its inspiration is coming through. So I believe we are a great match to connect and do a lot more of these interviews and podcasts. And I will also love for you to come on my podcast and we can discuss your beautiful ideas about relationships that I want to touch on.
My favorite topic of all time. Well, thank you so much. And guys, I'm going to have all of the links for Dejan on his episode when we get those published. And if you would like any life coaching or relationship coaching, I'm at lifecoachmaureen.com. And of course, you can find everything about the podcast, the books, and speaking, and all kinds of fun stuff there as well. Don't forget to go get some treats for your puppies and some fun puppy items at mydogiseverything.net. We're adding items every single day, and especially the healthy treats, so you don't have to worry about your dog with preservatives, dyes, and anything that's unhealthy. So until the next episode, I thank you all for being here. Go and leave those 5-star reviews. Share this with your friends. Let's grow this community even more. We're here to help anyone who needs anything that they need to heal, to grow, and to help others. We're here to help one another. So thank you all so much. Until next time.